CIO Forum here and online. Guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Each year, the Department of Information and Communications, the CIO Forum, and the CIOF Foundation hold this NICT Summit as the culminating activity of the ICT month during the month of June. This year's summit, though, is held this month to give this new administration and for us to have a feel of the general direction the President wishes to steer the whole of government. To everyone's delight, the National Information and Communications Technology Summit, which we now hold this 26th and 27th of October at the Manila Hotel, provides the venue for the country's information and communications sector to come together in unity to heed the call of the President in his first State of the Nation address last July 25, 2022, for the country's digital transformation. We heed the President's marching orders for the whole government to be transformed into an agile, transparent, accountable, and responsive bureaucracy, delivering to our countrymen their most urgent needs and improving their lives. Thus, of the President's vision, this NICT Summit has adopted as a fitting and timely theme toward a citizen-centric, inclusive, and sustainable e-governance ecosystem. Various facets of our e-governance ecosystem shall be touched in this upcoming plenary talks and panel discussions. We have our beloved ICT Secretary, Ivan John Huy, who will give us a picture of the state of our Philippine e-government and how the entire ICT sector will move forward on the road ahead. This will put us on the same page. The country's digital transformation will not be possible unless all of us in the industry, both public and private, in the same direction. Standards, harmonization of efforts across government, streamlining of citizen-facing and administrative processes, data governance, upskilling of the digital workforce in the legislative framework. Thus, we shall hear from the undersecretaries of the DICT of their specific plans and programs and from our various industry partners from the private sector on their support, and we will also outlook from the viewpoint of our lawmakers, Senator Grace Poe and Congressman Toby Chanco. And we shall cap this summit with a signed statement of support, collaboration, and commitment to the call of the President for government digitalization, and digital transformation. Nothing sums this up more than the words of Mr. Sabina Boitis in his opening speech at the New York Stock Exchange on September 19, 2022, with reference to our President, Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., and I quote, "reason and gets things done, because he has the humility to seek the help of those who know more, in order to provide help to those who need more. Decisive action Sabina Boitis concluded. And this is the kind of inclusive and collaborative leadership that will transform the Philippine economy into the next big thing in Asia." And borrowing the words of the late
in advancing the digitalization and modernization of government operations and processes. Congratulations, Secretary Uy. Second, this Outstanding Achievement Award is presented to Commissioner Lilia Guillermo of the Bureau of Internal Revenue in recognition of her continuing commitment, dedication, and leadership in the government's digital transformation efforts. Congratulations, Commissioner Guillermo. Congratulations, Commissioner Guillermo. And finally, this Outstanding Achievement Award is presented to Mr. Henry Ruel R. Aguda of the Union Bank of the Philippines, lead of PISAC Digital Infrastructure, in recognition of the transformational leadership he continues to demonstrate. He is represented by Mr. Jose Paulo Rufo of Union Bank. Congratulations, Mr. Aguda. Thank you, Mr. President. And again, congratulations to all of our awardees. At this juncture, may we request once again Information and Communications Technology Secretary, Attorney Ivan John Uy, to introduce our keynote speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr.
You mustn't applaud me that much now. I have to perform to earn your applause. Thank you. Thank you, Information and Communications Technology Secretary Ivan John Uy, Chief Information Officers, Foundation Chairman George Quintana, the CIO Foundation President Cynthia Topacio, and the Bureau of Internal Revenue Commissioner Lilia Guillermo, the industry partners, exhibitors, and participants to the 2022 National ICT Summit who are virtually present here with us this morning. My fellow workers in government, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm sorry that we were a bit delayed and I hope we did not delay your breakfast too much. But I could not help but go through all the booths and all of the displays that we have available to that we presented, all the presenters here in this ICT conference. And it's really gratifying to see that every time we come to this this technical, a gathering of technical the technology experts. It is really interesting to see that even if the last time we did it was 6 months ago, you come to this new one, and the way that the technology progresses is just absolutely remarkable. We see now where you do not need a coder, you do not need an engineer. People can do their packages that are available, build software, and the point that I'm really making is that clearly the opportunities are there. The opportunities are out there. It's up to us. I think it is fairly clear that it is the private sector that leads the technology, that finds, that innovates most quickly when it comes, especially for most things in commerce, but for the most part, especially in the tech industry. And it is up to us who are in government to learn these new technologies, to learn these new techniques, and to take full advantage so that those of us in government are able to provide the best possible services that we can to our people. And that is why the partnership, I think, Ivan mentioned that 80% of our audience here today are the CIOs from the government, and the rest are from the private sector. And that is, for me, critical. And if we are to succeed in digitalizing our bureaucracy, our government, and to make the way that we do business, the way that we work, the way that even we communicate with one another, to make it as efficient, as streamlined, and as affordable as possible so that we can provide that extremely important service. And so that partnership, in terms of investment, in terms of infrastructure, we keep talking about public-private partnerships. Well, it turns out that even in the sector of information and communications technology, those partnerships are not a business partnership, but I suppose it is a sharing of technology, it's a sharing of knowledge, it's a sharing of the state of the art from the private sector with the public sector, and that working together that will bring us to success. So it is I'm very happy to be here with you at this National Information and Communications Technology Summit. Unfortunately, when we look at the records, our country has ranked 89 out of 193 countries in the United Nations e-government survey. And that is not an encouraging number. This survey assesses the digital governance landscape across member states. And this assessment of our performance is, at the very least, worrying. We experience actually a regression. In other words, other countries have progressed. We have not progressed quite as much, and therefore have fallen down the list of e-governance in our different member countries of the UN. And that this happened even though many innovations and technologies in ICT are open and widely available. But clearly, we will do better. Our ICT professionals are among the best in the field, and Filipinos are among the most tech-savvy people in the world. There is essentially nothing holding us back. This summit is therefore correct, is timely. For what we will discuss here will be instrumental, not only in improving our global standing, but most importantly, securing the Philippines' place in the future. I thank the DICT and all our summit attendees for answering the call to find a holistic approach in harnessing the various technologies for the Philippines' digital transformation. It is my hope that the summit will result in actionable proposals towards a truly citizen-centric, inclusive, and sustainable e-governance ecosystem. Moving forward, we will become more adaptive to fast-changing developments. And in this endeavor, I speak once again of a cohesive public-private collaboration, and I find that this is necessary. So let's work together to optimize the opportunities provided by ICT for nation building. During the pandemic, it was clear that the private sector led the way in employing technologies and innovations that deliver faster and better results to its stockholders. There is nothing holding government back from adopting these improvements to perform better in its tasks. In the same manner, there is also a need for the public sector to work and partner with the private sector to encourage growth, promote investment, make sure that private enterprise acts in the best interest and welfare of the general public. To achieve this end, we are committed to realize the vision of a digital Philippines. We will achieve this by enhancing the country's digital infrastructure, improving the regulatory framework for innovation, ensuring cybersecurity, and developing the country's digital workforce, amongst other things. The government will also facilitate the swift passage of the e-governance and e-government bills, and I'm happy to report that at the last meeting of the LENA, which is the liaison body between the executive and the legislature, this came out, and it looks like that the e-governance and the e-government bill will be consolidated but they are working on it, and I have asked them to bring it out as quickly as they possibly can, so that we have the framework with which we will digitalize our government, which we will digitalize our bureaucracy. And it is not something that we choose to do. It is something that we have to do. We are already playing catch-up in terms of digitalization to the rest of the world. So it is not as if we have a choice here. We don't have a choice that maybe we'll do it, maybe we'll not. No. That simply does not, it is simply not the way that the modern world works. We have to digitalize if we are going to keep up. All our plans for the transformation of the economy and our continuing redefinition of the Philippines' place in the community of nations, all of that depend upon your work. And that we are able to do all the important work that we are trying to achieve. And that can only be done if we have a digitalized government, a digitalized bureaucracy, a strong partner with our private sector in terms of the technology industries. So this is something that whatever obstacles we may find before us, we will overcome because we need to do it. So these the bills that we have asked the legislature to pass will enable to ensure fast, transparent, and efficient government service for the Filipinos. I therefore call on all our servant leaders in Congress to help accelerate the approval of these bills once again. As I said earlier, there is nothing that I can see that should hold us back from getting the future that we want. We have the tools, we have the knowledge, and most importantly, we have the people. All that is left to do is to have the will and the resolve to achieve it. So I reiterate my call to our partners. Let us forge ahead, build a better, brighter, more progressive future for the ICT sector, for the bureaucracy, for the entire Philippines. Thank you at mabuhay kayong lahat. Magandang umaga po.
Thank you, Mr. President. Let us give the President a round of applause. At this point, may we request the President to kindly grant us a photo opportunity in 3 batches. For batch 1, members of the Chief Information Officers Forum Board of Trustees. For our batch 1, may we call back on stage our members of the CIOF Board. Batch 2, please prepare. Thank you, Batch 1. Batch 2, members of the Chief Information Officers Forum Foundation Board of Trustees. You may now proceed on stage. Batch 3, please prepare.
Salamat ng marami. Tapos na pang mag-speech ang ating mahal na Pangulo. Ngayon ay photo off na naman ng mga IT.
Thank you, Batch 2. Batch 3, Principal Sponsors. You may now proceed on stage.
Siguro.
Baka iikot pa si Pangulo sa labas.
Siguro.
Ito may exhibit dyan. Ayan, may exhibit pa sa labas mga kababayan. Sa dulo ng lalabas tayo.
Like and share naman mga kababayan yung live natin para marami makapanood mo yung ating live streaming. Ito nasa Facebook. Sa Facebook wala. Yung hindi ko lang alam sa YouTube meron siya. Kaya, ayaw niya i-live.
Thank you, batch 3.
Like and share na. Maraming salamat. Sige.
Thank you, Mr. President. That concludes our program. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency, President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. Thank you, Mr. President, for joining the National Information and Communications Technology Summit 2022. We would like to request everyone to please remain seated until the President has left the venue. Thank you.
Interview yung Ayan pala siya. Pasok tayo.
Tama ang mga positioning natin na si Alan sa kapila. Oo, tama. Ay, naka-microphone ka na, Chona. Baka ko. Sorry.
Pwede
Hi, Mr. President, again. We will entertain several questions from the first one to go. Ms. Shona Yu from Inquirer.
Sir, magandang umaga. Mayroon pong lindol na nangyari kagabi. Ano po ang inyong direktiba sa ating mga iba't ibang government offices at kayo po ba ay bibisita sa mga lugar na naapektuhan ng bagyo?
Nakuha ko yung mga last reports for at about midnight last night. Ang intensity ng lindol was around 6. Malakas-lakas. The epicenter was lower down, hindi kagaya nung na nasa Abra, pero doon na sa amin sa Ilocos Sur, Ilocos Norte. But so the schools have closed for the day hanggang mamatiyak na lahat ng mga school building ay safe para sa mga bata. So that was the first concern. The other concern right now is to make sure that power has come back. In Ilocos Norte, the power has come back. Ilocos Sur, the power has come back. I'm waiting for the report from Abra, but I think parts, the last I heard, the parts of Abra province already have power restored. So we have sent ang hinihingi ng karamihan ay tent. And the reason why is ayaw nilang natatakot silang bumalik sa bahay nila baka pag aftershock tapos mahina na yung bahay nila mamapasaktan sila. So that we're monitoring that we do not have a critical problem when it comes to food, maybe shelter. That is the most important the relief that we have to provide now for the people affected by the earthquake last night.
Ms. Maricel Gabol of TV5.
Hi sir, magandang umaga po. Sir, the family of Percy Lapid is concerned about the code silence of Malacanang regarding the case, especially now that they are receiving death threats. So may we know if you have, or what are your fresh directives to the investigators following these concerns and criticisms?
Well, I have been monitored. I talked to DOJ Remulla and the ILG and Aparos 3, 4, 5 times a day. And each time we talk about this. We do not have any particular directives. The police know what to do. I'll just get in the way. Alam mo po, imbestigahan nila na mabuti. Alamin natin na mabuti kung sino behind this. Hanggang ngayon, hindi pa tayo nakakasiguro. So we're investigating. The toxicology report came back. And mukha talagang walang lason. Walang gamot na binigay doon sa namatay. But I'm still not satisfied that it was natural causes. So something na mabuti, because there are ways to kill a person that do not show up in the medical legal. So tuloy-tuloy pang investigation. But more importantly is to really trace saan nanggaling ito. Who gave the order? Sino nagbigay dun sa preso na orderin ang shooter na gawin ito at bakit? That is what we are working on.
Salamat, sir. Scott Domingo from ABS-CBN.
Mr. President, good morning. Several questions have been raised about several appointees, particularly former Police Chief Cascolan and also Director Paul Soriano. May we know the wisdom behind these appointments, and can you at least give us details of their respective mandates?
Well, si General Cascolan, we put him there because he has to look at, hindi naman siya, of course he's not a doctor, and it's not health issues that he has to look at. That's why he doesn't have to be a doctor. He's going to look at the function of the DOH. We talk about right sizing, we talk about structural changes. We need somebody to examine what has been going on, ano yung maganda, ano yung hindi maganda, ano yung pwedeng mas maayos. That will be his function, kaya special concern. Yung kay Paul Soriano, people have misunderstood. He's not there to be part of the PR machine. He's there to find ways to promote the creative industry. Kasi dun siya galing. So, pinagmamalaki na, kasama yan sa tourism. Pinagmamalaki natin ang gagaling kumanta ng Pilipino, ang gagaling kumarte, ang gagaling gumawa ng sine, etc., etc. We have to project that to the rest of the world. Yan ang napakami point. So, I hope that clarifies that.
Thank you for clarifying, sir. Just a follow-up question from General Cascolan. Do you have a direct order for the former PNP chief to trace possible syndicates within the DOH, particularly when it comes to trace possible syndicates in the DOH, particularly in the procurement of several products, which we had some problems in the past?
Well, that's part of his work. Kung meron mas na ganyan, he will have to report it to us and we will have to do something about it. But generally, it is an administrative audit, if you want to clarify that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Maraming salamat.
Thank you, sir.
So, umalis na po ang mahal na Pangulo, mga kababayan, dahil nakatatapos na po yung kanyang tuloy.
Wala na, gusto.
Thank you. Galing ano.
Magtabi na.
Salamat. Ang dami talaga. Ma'am, sa uulitin ha?
Yes po.
Si Ma'am Pat. Si Ma'am Pati Martin, siya po yung nag-assist sa atin para tayo po ay maka-attend dito sa Tahrabing exhibit.
Pwede daw natin.
So ikot tayo. So titingnan po natin yung mga So ikot na po tayo guys. Tingnan natin kung anong meron sila. Hello ma'am. Hello. Ano po ba yung ini-exhibit? Opo, naka-live po tayo. Hi. Para saan po yan?
It's our token po. Token po, once you sign po or scan our QR code, and then mag-fill up lang po kayo. Merong mga simple questions and then you'll get a token from us.
Ayan. Thank you ma'am. Thank you ma'am.
Hi! This one's for you po.
Ayan, libre po yan. Ay, salamat po. Salamat. Shout out po. Anong name ma'am?
Castronics Corporation po.
Ayan ay, so, ano po natin yung kanilang product mga kababayan. Nakalive po tayo sa Questronics Corporation.
Saan po tayo naka-live, sir?
Nakalive po ako sa YouTube, ma'am.
YouTube? Anong vlogger pala po si
Opo,
sir?
yan po yung aking Facebook page. Yabagis vlog po, hindi sikat, pero magbablog ng tapat. Ayan po.
Salamat po. Thank you po.
Sige po, yan. Facebook and YouTube po, same lang po yung name. So, tangkilikin po natin mga kababayan, Questronics. Yan po yung kanilang product mga kababayan. At nandito po sila sa Manila Hotel para i-promote po ang kanilang product. Salamat po ma'am. Ayan, sila sir naman. Sir, ano naman yung gala natin, sir?
Sir, wala pa yung mga giveaways namin. Pero sir, ano po, kami po si Upsis Solutions.
Oo.
Kami po yung official distributor sa Philippines ni Fujifilm Recording Media po. Yung mga products po namin, sir, pang data, pang archiving and backup po.
Okay.
Large scales.
So, ayan, napaka-importante po yan.
Kasi po yung product namin, sir, Object Archive.
Object Archive.
Archive, sir.
Archive. Ano? Kita mo naman, yung mga pangalan pa lang, mga kababayan, computer ang dating, ano?
Latest generation po natin, sir, Gen 9 na po. So, yung isang ganito po, 18 terabyte na po yung capacity.
18 terabyte?
Wow. Pero Generation 5 po ito, sir, Bali, may latest po natin is yung Generation 9.
Oo.
Magkano po yung isang ganito pag bumili po?
Baka para may idea po yung ating mga viewers.
Magsenda lang kami quotation.
Send the quotation. Oy, anong pangalan ni sir?
Clyde po.
Ayan, ito po yung send the quotation daw po mga kababayan. Saan po ang office?
Sa may Pasay po.
Pasay pa. Pwede po bang ibanggitin nyo sa amin yung address, sir? Baka mayroong may interesado.
Sa Verhel Street lang po, Pasay City.
Pasay City. At sino nga hanapin?
sila na pumunta sa inyo.
Ladies and gentlemen, i-invite po namin kayo
Sige
matinong
po,
sa...
live po yan.
Apo, dito sa NICT, sa Circle Forum po. Dito po sa Manila Hotel. Today's event po ito. Is first day po ngayon, as last day po tomorrow. So, sana po makapunta po kayo lahat.
Punta pa po kayo hanggang tomorrow pa daw.
Hanggang tomorrow po.
Yan, sige sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yan sir, pwede mong ikapit sa iyong computer yan sir. Yabagis vlog po, hindi sikat, pero magbablog ng tapat. So guys, ayan po, at marami pong product dito tayo na po pwede pong mapakakinabangan. Sir, akin na to ha. Oo. So ayan po yung So yun. Guys, dito naman tayo. Hello ma'am, ano naman po yung product?
Sir, sorry?
Ano po yung
Yes, sir, Eastern po. Connectivity, internet, voice, ICT solutions.
Ma'am, live tayo ha, YouTube channel.
Welcome po to Eastern.
Wow.
Please contact
Para saan naman po yan, ma'am?
Yes, ito po yung list of products.
Eastern. So, hindi kasi kami familiar sa mga communication na ganyan.
Yes, ito po.
Eastern.
Internet, voice, network solutions, cloud data center solutions, business applications, yan. Anything under the sun po, you can find it in Eastern. Internet, voice, yan.
So, invite natin sila ma'am sa mga may interesado at saan po yung opisina natin?
Yes, we're located po sa Hilpuyat, Makati at Telecom Plaza. You can always contact us for any internet po, voice, and ICT solutions na requirement po ninyo. Thank you much po.
Please look for
Joyce po and any sales representative or marketing representative.
Ayan guys ha, sugot. Hanggang bukas pa po kayo?
Yes po. We're
Sige,
here po.
invite nyo pa po sila pumunta rito. Para,
Yes, please join po and drop by our booth.
Ayun.
Thank you.
Ayan. Mga guys, hanggang bukas pa raw po sila ang exhibit nila. So, samantalahin nyo na hanggat nandito pa po sila. Para sa mga gusto pong mag-avail at saka kung gusto nyo pa pong sa... Sir, sticker po, sticker. Bagis vlog po, hindi sikat pero magbablog ng tapat.
Nice.
Nakalive po tayo, YouTube channel sir. Say hi, ano pangalan sir? Yan.
We'll follow the...
Thank you very much sir, salamat. At very glad na invite kami dito ng Office of Press. Okay. Salamat po. And of course, dito po tayo, hanapin po natin yung mga... Ay, si Sek, ano to? Si Sek. Yun, dito naman tayo. Hey, ma'am! Yes, live po tayo, YouTube channel. So, ano po yung product?
We are from Lenovo.
Lenovo, yeah.
Yes. You are from which channel?
YouTube Vincent Babigi po.
Vincent. Okay.
Yabagis Vlog. Hindi sikat pero magbablog ng tapat. Yan.
Congratulations.
Naka-live po tayo and then shout out po at imbitahan po ninyo yung mga interesado sa inyong product.
Yeah, so we're inviting all your subscribers to actually buy and subscribe to our Lenovo devices. I'm sure, you're familiar with Lenovo. It's not only for enterprise, but basically for consumers and all your gamers out there, right?
Wow. And saan ang office ma'am? And sinong contact person?
Oh, okay. For consumers and retailers, go to your nearest retail shop, retail stores.
Invite niyo po sila. Siguro hanggang bukas pa po kayo.
Yes.
Yes,
We're
invite
here
niyo
in
po.
the booth, so you can come here to check out our lightweight laptops. So this is an X1
Wow, ang ganda guys.
laptop. So you're gonna see it's really lightweight. And it's a secure laptop. So para sa mga executives, nakakilala natin, go get this one. Lenovo X1
Maganda yan
laptop.
sa travel.
Yes.
Very lightweight. So mga kababayan, salamat ng marami mo. Take out ko na to ha. Ay, thank you po. Thank you.
Thank you.
So guys, hanggang bukas pa po sila guys. Hanggang bukas pa. Samantalahin nyo na at meron po silang pang giveaway. Thank you very much sa Lenovo. Ayun. Tama-tama po dito yung laptop. Wow, dito naman po tayo guys. Dito tayo. So yan, naka-live po tayo. YouTube channel.
Okay,
Live po tayo. Say hi. What's your name ma'am? And anong product?
Hi, sir. We're from Lares ITPI. We're the technology partner of LRA for the Land Title Computerization Project. So, aside from that, we have ITPI. It's the technology, aside from that, we have ITPI, who is also the systems developer and software developer of Lares.
So, yan.
Our office is located in LRA compound in East Avenue, Quezon City.
Ma'am, sino hahanapin?
Of course. You can just look for us. We're from sales team. We have our legal team also and our field operations.
Wow. So invite niyo po, hanggang bukas pa po kayo, di ba?
Yes.
So, invite
Actually,
niyo po
we
ang
would
ating
also
mga
like to invite all of you because we have our holding room in Red Jade. So you can proceed there from 11 a.m. today until 3 p.m. so that we can present to you our products and services.
Thank you
We
very
have
much, ma'am.
something for you.
Oh wow! Meron naman kaming mga kababayan. Thank you very much. Salamat po. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. So guys, hanggang bukas pa po sila mga kababayan. Libre. At kita mo, di ba? Meron pa po silang pinamigay. Yan. Naka-live po tayo. Pwede nyo pong i-open yan. Yabagis vlog po. Hindi sikat, pero magbablog ng tapat. Parkoneta lang, ano, sir? So dito tayo, hanapin natin yung iba pa at marami. At dito tayo. Ma'am, anong product?
Training center po, sir. Sopos, Cisco, and because it's one Fortinet and then Computer.
Saan ang office mo?
We are located in BF Homes po, sir.
BF Homes. Contact person, ma'am.
Pa?
Contact person.
We have our country, si Barbara M. Tenorio, Experts
Yes.
Academy.
Yan. Live po tayo YouTube channel, ma'am. Yan. Hello. At meron ako
Yes, ma'am, sa CCNE po, ma'am. Oh, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Dito siya.
Thank you po. Tayo saan?
And then
Ayun,
this one,
meron.
ganda ito.
So guys, nandito po kami ngayon at iniisa-isa po namin yung kanilang boat para ma-interview. Hello sir, how are you? Live po sa YouTube channel. Kumusta? Anong product sir?
Microsoft Surface.
Ayan Anong meron dyan sir para magka-interest ang ating mga kababayan?
Meron po tayong Surface na detachable po ang
Oh, wow! Ganda. Oh, ganda. Parang Samsung. Pero ang ganda niya. Very lightweight. Very lightweight, guys. So yun na po yung bago ngayon, no? Latest sa mga mahihilig po sa computer. Very. Sir, saan ang office and contact number and contact person? Samantalahin na po natin.
Radenta Technologies po, Mandaluyong City, Alvin Teada, 0999-227-0944.
Yan. Thank you very much, sir. At good luck sa inyong sana siguro. Mandaluyong. Siguro nakarami na si Sir, si Alvin, mga kababayan, sa mga nanonood po sa ating ngayon dyan. Sir, ibitahan niyo sila hanggang bukas pa kayo, di ba? Invite niyo po para makahabol pa, humabol pa yung mga dapat humabol.
Imbitahan ko po kayo na magpunta po dito sa aming booth, dito po sa Microsoft Surface, dito po lang po sa Manila Hotel.
Manila Hotel.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ay, meron pa. May buksan. Yabagis vlog po, hindi sikat, pero magwa-vlog ng tapat. Search niyo po, naka-live po yun. Salamat. Saan tayo? Saan tayo? Dito. So, iba't ibang product po yung nakikita po natin dahil dito, ayan nakikita natin. Marami pa pong iba't ibang product tayong nakikita, guys.
Ito na si Joanna, yung number ko.
Ayun. Ano naman yan?
V-code.
Ano po yan? Ay, oo nga pala, guys. Ayan, naka-live po tayo sa YouTube channel. So, i-promote po natin yung ating product, sir. Sa mga may interest po dyan. Opo. Saan po yung yung office and contact number? We are now live. We are now live in YouTube, sir.
Live on YouTube?
Yes, invite your customer, please. And what's your products?
Well, our product is VCode. Now, what VCode can actually do is can actually be scanned from any device, and this can actually become used, especially on YouTube, to create content, to then provide access, so you can have that as marketing. You see on the video as well when it comes through that we've actually partnered with brands like Coca-Cola, so this can then become a very useful marketing tool, especially for bloggers as well.
Wow.
So I'll show an example of how this can be scanned.
May I see, sir?
So we just have
just
Jellicoe
oh
device.
yeah.
Go to the V-code.
Oh.
And what this does at the moment is just taking you to my website. I know the internet's a little bit slow, but what you can do is then have this.
Diretso siya kagad sa iyong
Yeah.
So, as a blogger, for example, if you're blogging a product, you can then have the V-code for that product come up. Someone can scan it whilst watching your video, and it then takes them to that product as well.
Wow. Nice. So thank you very much for explaining, sir. Okay. Sige, ipapaliwanag ng maigi ni sir ang kanyang product. Ayan, sige, tingnan natin, sir. Isa-isahin mo nga, sir. Medyo tumugo ilong ko doon, eh.
Anong vlogger yan?
Yabagis Vlog po. Naka-live po tayo sa YouTube channel and Facebook.
Okay. You're all familiar with QR code.
Yes, sir. With QR
You're using
code.
QR code.
Yeah.
And that is an open source application. So basically, everybody can download QR code. It's okay. Everybody's using it. Even corporate government is using it. What's the difference? QR code is an open source. Nobody owns it.
Yeah.
This one is patented. V-code is patented in UK. In British. This was invented in 2014 to actually resolve what's the problem with QR code in terms of security. So since the open source siya, it can be duplicated, it can be hacked. Okay. Whereas this one, this is basically your identity. This is all your information, your contact details,
banking,
your digital
medical.
banking, medical information, work and educational information in case of emergency, purchases, o yung binibili mo, loyalty cards, also yung defense and travel issue. Ibig sabihin,
E-voting.
saan pupunta. Okay? Also, e-voting.
E-voting, yeah, passport.
Marami pang information. So,
Wow.
if you go to the immigration, pumasok ka, dala mo yung passport mo.
Oo.
Kahit di mo na dala yan, you just need your
Oh!
e-code. Kasi
Just
connected
only
na sa
e-code.
passport.
Wow! So, hassle, ano?
Wala lang hassle. Click lang yan, pasok ko na. Parating ka pa lang, alam niya parating ka na kasi may e-code yung immigration natin.
Oh, wow.
Dapat may ganun.
Sir,
High-tech na.
Available na yan sa lahat ng...
Sa ibang bansa available. It's the first time in the Philippines being introduced.
So, need natin yan talaga dito, sir. Sa ano, need natin yan. So,
Need natin yan. Pagka in-scan ka sa immigration, they will not see your digital banking. They will not see your
Napakabilis.
medical information.
wow.
Kasi this is the permission. Ikaw yung magbibigay ng permission sa immigration
Oo.
to look into your information.
Okay, safe pa rin pala yung other.
Yes.
So, no hassle.
Ito maganda dyan. Connected yan sa Nova Wallet,
No.
e-payment.
Wow.
So may e-payment system na siya. So blockchain technology, so distributed ledger technology, pwede na diretso ang payment.
Sir, dito sa ano, sa Pilipinas, sino na po yung gumagamit natin dito na agency?
Wala pa. We just introduced
Ka-start pa lang. So, ipinopromote niyo pa lang.
Sir, saan ang office nito?
Is in Quezon City.
Quezon City.
Sir, invite niyo po sila ano, saan anong office, sinong contact person?
They can look at the website vcode.it. Vcode, and then our company local is g1tech.ph.
G1tech.
Philippines.
It's a partnership with Beltap Capital of UK and Australia. But Vcode is developed in United Kingdom. This is technology.
So, dapat
Kaya sir, nakikita niyo.
So dapat pa lang makakuha nito yung ano natin.
Ang QR kasi kailangan mo ma-scan, malapit ka, di ba?
Opo.
Dito is 100 meters, 200 meters ma-scan.
Oh, wow. Kaya ganun sa ano.
Bus ka, makita mo sa bus, tumatakbo, ma-scan mo yun.
Oo.
Okay, nanonood kang TV. Lumabas yung V-code ng Jollibee. Click mo ngayon sa TV yun. Diretso ka na sa order.
Oh, napakabilis, napakaganda.
Kaya nyo gawin yun.
Pwede ilagay sa damit.
Pwede rin sa damit. No, kasi tama ka ma'am kasi anti-counterfeit yan eh. Ibig sabihin, hindi mo na mapipeke yung Louis Vuitton tsaka
Malalaman mo agad kung peke.
Kasi pag click mo ng V-code niya, it goes directly to the manufacturer.
So ang gamit niyan sir per person one
V-code.
Oh. So kailangan lahat ng agency meron ding B-code.
So yung SIM registration mo, link mo rito
Wow.
sa V-code.
Ang malupit na tanong sir, how much?
Downloading is free. Depende yan sa gamit.
Depende sa...
Kasi you're also doing what? GCash payment. You also pay them, di ba?
Yeah.
Using QR.
Yes.
So same technology, but
Wow, ang ganda
much less
guys.
kasi it has its own payment system.
Pinadali yung ano, pinadali po yung trabaho natin.
Pwede nilang gamitin mo. Pwede nilang gamitin yung V-code. Step na QR kasi mas safe.
Wow. So guys, napaka-interesting ano, ito po yung ano, imaginein mo napaka no hassle lahat. Kapag mayroon po tayong ano, B-code, 'yun no. Thank you sir. Yes,
YouTube yan.
Opo, YouTube po. Naka-live po tayo sir. Yes sir, ito po sir. Oh. Mapapanood mo po yung inyong vlog sir. Thank you very much sir. So yun, at yun nga no.
May bayan code.
Please, look, Sir Lawrence Elisito. Mga kababayan, napakadali na po ng ating buhay pagka meron po yung E-code, B-code, wala B-code. So yan. Ano? Okay na tayo? Tara na. So guys, ano yun? Alas 12, sabihin na, pupunta pa tayong Laguna. Alas 12. So sige, guys, kung may lakad kayo, bye-bye. Patayin ko na po yung live ko. Maraming salamat po sa mga So ako po ay naka-live pa rin mga kababayan. At mauna na ba kayo? Ano sabi ni ma'am? Alas 12?
Alas 12 daw. Pwede mo ma-interview yung kanilang boss.
Ay, hindi na
Ikaw
siguro.
na lang dito.
Hindi na siguro.
Hindi, dito rin may snacks dito.
Oh, sige. Kayo.
So, una na kami kasi birthday niya talaga eh. Kailangan niya
Good. Sige. Kita-kita na siya.
Ito. Ihatid mo na siya. Para ano.
Kita-kita na lang tayo.
Dito.
Oh, ito muna ako. Wala naman lang tayong gagawin. So,
choose na po ito.
Asan si ma'am? Okay. So guys, ayun oh. Thank you ha. Thank you very much. Thank you. Sino si ma'am?
Yung may iksi ang tulog. Nagbigay ng pag-message sa akin. So, bakit may sa akin?
Yung dito? Hayaan mo na. Okay lang. Hayaan mo na. Okay na ako dito. Dito kami lalabas na. Oo, dyan din.
Paano dito na kami ha?
Sige, ingat. So, ayun guys, no? At, andito pa rin tayo. Salamat sa viewers. Naka-live pa rin po tayo sa ating YouTube channel. At ito po yung kanilang exhibit. Dito po sa Manila Hotel ito. At kanina nga po, kagagaling lamang po ni Pangulong BBM, no? Nandito po siya kanina kasama po tayo na nakakuha ng interview sa kanya, mga kababayan. Ito po yung sitwasyon ngayon dito sa Manila Hotel. Amanda Basit Yabagis, kamusta? Nag-like pa ako. Thank you very much, ma'am. Andito po ako sa Manila Hotel na kung saan meron pong exhibit dito yung NICT. So dito po ito ginanap sa NICT, ma'am. So halos tapos na po yung exhibit. So tapos na po. At kanina nga po, kasama po natin si pbbm. Kasama po natin sila kanina. At tayo po ay nakapag-cover, na-interview nga po kanina sa harapan po natin si Pangulong pbbm, At napakaganda at tayo ay nasama dito sa nasabing event. So, salamat po ng marami sa mga naka-view pa po sa atin dyan at samahan niyo pa po ako. Yes! Pinababalik kaya Bagis Basa. Yan ha. Sir, balik ka sa main room. Opo. Bali sila tabigi, paalis na kasi.
ICT's first conglomerate. My name is Jinx Civilian, and I will be your NICT Summit 2022 Master of Ceremony. In the next 2 days, we can expect a great meeting of minds and informative and engaging series of discussions. These are centered on the role of the Chief Information Officers in establishing a digital economy for the Philippines. Our fellow men stands to benefit in these interconnected digital initiatives, as well as to take on the advantages of taking up the government. And so, our full attention to the proceedings and sessions will make this event more enriching and beneficial for one and all. Ladies and gentlemen, in this prestigious hall, and to our colleagues who are online, once again, this is the National Information and Communications Technology Summit 2022 toward a citizen-centric, inclusive, and sustainable e-governance ecosystem. For our colleagues virtually participating, everyone is enjoined to make use of the official hashtags, #NICT Summit 2022 and #BuildBetterMore. With a high regard for transformative digital technologies, the Philippines is indeed underway towards becoming an ICT hub, putting innovation at the forefront of the country's economic growth strategy while taking up the bureaucracy as the government integrates technology and design thinking in traditional processes. Our next speaker is a Filipino lawyer and an IT expert who is currently the Secretary of the Department of Information and Communications Technology. He was involved with the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry as its Corporate Secretary and Chairman of the Philippine Business Conference Resolutions. He was also part of the Supreme Court of the Philippines, first joining the High Court as a legal researcher before becoming the Chief Information Officer. He was also appointed as Chairman of the Commission on Information and Communications Technology. He oversaw the conceptualization of the Philippine Digital Strategy 2011 to 2016. President Bongbong Marcos designated Secretary Uy as the Secretary of the Department of Information and Communications Technology. Our next speaker pledged to advance digital literacy, particularly by promoting digital hygiene in schools, universities, and others to mitigate the impact of cybercrime. Without further ado, let us welcome on stage Secretary Ivan Uy, the Secretary of the Information and Communications Technology.
Commissioner Lilia Guillermo, my colleagues at the CIO Forum, Chairman George Quintanar of the CIOF Foundation, President Cynthia Topacio, President of the CIOF Foundation, Assistant Secretary Toto Monsino of the Department of Budget and Management, and President of the CIO Forum, my colleagues in government, my undersecretaries, assistant secretaries, and directors in the Department of Information and Communications Technology, members
Thank you, Ma'am Sheila.
of the CIO Forum and the CIO Forum Foundation, my colleagues in the private and public sectors. Ladies and gentlemen, it is truly a pleasure to be standing before you today in this National ICT Summit that we hold annually. Before anything else, I'd like to congratulate all of you for contributing to the success of this NICT, which has been running for many years already. And of course, this is the brainchild of the CIO Forum, as well as the CIO Forum Foundation, which I've been a member for several decades already. So this undertaking has always served as a key platform for us to explore the developments of ICT and the ways through which we can utilize all these digital tools and resources to benefit everyone. I'm sure, as leaders in our respective fields, we want to push the Philippines to be the leader in implementing effective e-governance. Indeed, it's always been my motto, don't get in line, get online. And it is my long-term
Yes,
goal
thank you very much.
to simplify government transactions and ease access to public services to ensure that our people will have a seamless and pleasant experience whenever they transact with government. So, the Department of Information Communications Technology, under my leadership, intends to achieve exactly that. A streamlined, agile bureaucracy where we have good data governance, data standards are in place, where interoperability and data sharing can be done seamlessly. It's always been a pain whenever we transact with government, and I think many of you have also experienced that among yourselves. So we need to remove all these repetitive processes. It's about time that we break down all those walls that divide the different government agencies. In the past, we're always being blamed that government operates in silos, and our information systems are also in silos. Today in this room, I do not see any walls, I do not see any silos. We are all in this together. And so I think this is the classic example of how government should work. All of us in one room planning out how we would strategize, how we would work together as a team, as a single government entity. It's not one department, another department, another department. Kaya medyo mahirap, no, to transact with government if you have to cross different turfs, so to speak, in order to just get a permit, just to get a clearance, just to get a license, and so on. So I do look forward to the next few days, where all of you will brainstorm, explore, and look at what are the technologies available out there. We have champions from the different industries. We have the leads from all the different private sector providers in this room. They have many cutting-edge technology to offer, and we take a look at them and see which would be appropriate for us to utilize in our quest for better governance and for a more, as the President said, a more agile bureaucracy. So we
Salamat sa mga nandyan. Nag-i-edit na po ako.
And we can see it with the ICT helping the Department of Trade and Industry in developing a Philippine e-commerce digital marketplace platform where we can help MSMEs deliver their
Doc Rolly,
products
salamat.
online so that they have another choice.
Tatapos lang mag-speech ni PBBM, lumabas po siya at nag-in-interview ng mga media. So kasama po tayo dun sa mga nakaka-scoop ng kanyang interview, kaya antabayanan niyo po yung ating upload sa Facebook.
Marketplace that includes logistics, includes marketing, includes digital payments, digital banking, and so on. So they don't have to worry about many of those concerns. We've also been working with the DILG in providing an ILG program, which does not just provide
Doc Rolly, salamat.
business permits and licensing, but an integrated system that will cover also, occupancy permits, engineering permits, familiar, payment of familiar, and so on. We're also working with the Department of Health in integrating the VaxCert and the One Health Pass. In fact, we've already deployed an integrated solution for arrivals. In the recent past, we always have to fill up two forms, an arrival form for the Bureau of Immigration and a health form for the Bureau of Quarantine. Today, with an e-arrival card, they just fill up once and that answers for everybody. So these are some of the things that we're looking at. Pushing for interoperability and data sharing. We're likewise building and strengthening our research and development capacity so that we can access and we can exploit the latest in technology to advance our country's digital transformation. We are deploying aggressively connectivity all over the islands and all over the mountains in order to allow our brothers, our brethren, our sisters out there who have always been on the losing side of the digital divide. We want to bring them into our fold through digital inclusion, which will translate also to financial inclusion. So moving forward, I would like to extend this challenge to all my fellow public servants here today. As leaders and as movers, we shoulder a big responsibility of achieving genuine change for our countrymen, for our people. We need to constantly grow. We cannot just sit back and let the bureaucracy swallow us. So we need to revisit and we need to rethink our current frameworks. Look forward, re-strategize, and redo our programs so we can realize our goal as a nation. We need to bring the Philippines into the forefront of our community of nations, as the President has mentioned a while ago. And so with this, we fully support the CIOF and the CIOFM and their objective to deliver a citizen-centric, inclusive, and sustainable Philippine government. Together, let us continue to raise the bar of ICT-driven governance. This is our aspiration for the Filipino people. Ang pangarap niyo po, yung pangarap niyo po namin. Sabay-sabay tayong babangon muli. Maraming salamat.
Thank you very much, Secretary Wood. I request you to please stay on stage for the awarding of the Certificate of Appreciation. We will now call on CIOF President, ASEC DBM Monsino, and the CIOFF Chairman, George Quintanar, to award the Certificate of Appreciation. Indeed, don't get in line, get online. We are fortunate to hear firsthand from the Secretary as well as the Philippine President, His Excellency Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., as they confidently share with us the administration's plans to ensure that no Filipino will be left behind as the country enters the age of exponential technology adoption. Indeed, it is not a choice, but we have to. Congratulations and thank you once again, Secretary Uy. The theme of this year's National ICT Summit captures the President's Digital Transformation Program, Build Better More, dubbed as the Fourth Industrial Revolution during the President's first ever State of the Nation address. Taken together, these visionary plans are slated to potentially transform our country toward a citizen-centric, inclusive, and sustainable e-governance ecosystem. Our next speaker is a well-respected luminary. She will touch on the ICT regulatory outlook. Our speaker is a formidable advocate of transparency in governance, efficient delivery of public services, and the protection of mothers, children, commuters, and consumers. Without further ado, may we request you to please lend your eyes and ears for the stage on the screen. Senator Grace Poe, Chair of the Committee on Public Services.
Wow, si Grace po.
As we wait for the message of Secretary Poe, we remember that the Philippines progresses in becoming an integrated and thriving digital economy. We also remember that public governance at the national level is likewise dynamically evolving through emerging technology, innovative solutions, and interoperable platforms. At the center of this, of course, is policy and regulatory reform. Going back to our discussions earlier, we can now trace significance among priorities measures of the Marcos administration, including the E-Governance Act and the Internet Transaction Act. Having a digital government means being able to establish a connected and digital economy that provides wealth, stability, and sustainability and is safe for all. Achieving a digital society that has the capacity to expertise and utilize and take advantage of digital technologies, and create an ICT sector that continuously evolves and grows as new and innovative technologies become available. We now request the video message of Senator Poe to be played.
Wala pong sounds. So take two.
Alright, while still waiting, I will be announcing that there's actually a wall of commitment outside that we could put in our goals, our strategies, and our objectives, which we could pin together, and we will be encapsulating all of the inputs of all our attendees in that wall of commitment. Please visit our exhibit booths and announce and our sponsors and our industry partners outside this venue later during lunchtime. While waiting for the video message of Senator Poe, allow me
So wait nyo po, nag-a-upload po ako ng video, yung interview po kay PBBM kanina.
G1 Tech, Vico ng Bayan, Nova Wallet, Lares with IPR, Maya, Microsoft, Huawei, Eastern Telecommunications Philippines Incorporated, Pacific, Experts Academy with Imagitech, Google Cloud with Maroon Studio, Via Appia, Tableau, Union Bank, Lenovo, Fujifilm with Apsys, Questronics, Converge ICT, ITA, One Commerce, DragonPay, Ardent with Verdi, Philpass, and GSIS. Are we ready? This is a usual thing for ICT events. There's what we call Murphy's Law. At the last juncture, there's a slight hiccup, but I guess we could push through because we are all CIOs here in this room. So yeah. All right.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. I would like to congratulate the organizers of this summit for your relevant and timely theme. A digital government is a concept whose time has definitely come. The UN Department of Economic and Social Affairs has observed that all around the world, the COVID-19 pandemic is forcing governments and societies toward digital technologies to respond to the crisis in the short term, resolve economic repercussions in the midterm, and reinvent existing policies and tools in the long term. Digital technology has shown us the power of keeping individuals connected despite the physical distance. If we can harness this power to provide universal access to vital public services to residents of the 7,000 islands of this archipelago, especially the most vulnerable sectors, then we can improve our way of life, eradicate poverty, and give our next generation better opportunities. I filed a bill entitled the E-Government or Electronic Government Act, which mandates the use of information communication technology to enhance access to and the delivery of government services to bring about efficiency, responsiveness, transparency, and accountability in governance. Further, it will enable government to make data-driven decisions and enact evidence-based policies. In the year 2013, the administration launched the first e-government master plan. It sought to build the capacities of public sector institutions. The master plan will include, but not be limited to, the following programs: the development of a Philippine government interoperability framework, a government online payment system, and citizen frontline service delivery, in particular, integrating the agencies involved in business registration. This bill requires the updating of the master plan every 3 years and directs the Secretary of the DICT to spearhead the implementation. Unfortunately, many areas in the Philippines have no access to stable internet service. Hence, I filed a bill which seeks to provide quality and affordable internet service to unserved or underserved areas. It is called the Better Internet Act. In a gist, the Better Internet Act mandates the increase in service coverage, sets the threshold speed and other service standards, protect consumers, streamlines permits, requires infrastructure sharing, lists the responsibilities of regulators like the Department of Information and Communications Technology or DICT, and the National Telecommunications Commission or the NTC, and sets penalties for any violation or non-compliance with any of the standards set under the Act. Another significant law is the Public Service Act, which we were able to pass in the last Congress. This law liberalizes the rules on foreign investment. One way of improving internet service, as well as other public services, is to allow for greater participation and foreign investment in the telecommunications industry. An increased number of players and capital infusion will enhance competition, which in turn will lead to better consumer service. Under this law, however, we have taken precautions. Telecommunications is considered a critical infrastructure as its destruction or incapacity would have a debilitating impact on national security. Thus, transactions resulting in the control of such industries are subject to reviews by the President and the National Security Council. We in the Senate certainly see the need to enable the Philippines to take that great leap forward. Your industry would be at the forefront of such a campaign. I am willing to work with you in creating legislation that would provide the means to achieving success in this endeavor. Thank you very much, and I hope that you have a good convention today.
Thank you very much, Senator Poe. Thanks to various ICT reforms in recent history, the Philippines has made significant strides in achieving faster internet speeds, a factor that is vital in ushering in digital transformation. Thanks also to innovations in ICT, millions, like what Senator Poe has mentioned, millions of Filipinos thrive through enhanced mobile connectivity. While these services have made our lives easier, new security threats are also emerging alongside them. Many Filipinos fall victim to phishing scams, for instance, through short messaging services. As mobile-based cybercrimes continue to rise, doubling down on cybersecurity has become an effort for both private companies and individuals. The rapid growth of ICT has usually been overtaken by the speed by which regulation and legislation is passed. and this presents an opportunity to introduce technology-neutral principles to close the gap in between governance structures. All right. We will have to redo one photo opportunity with Secretary Goy. If you could do that. All right. To proceed with the program, we will now be joined online by our industry partner from Beltap Capital. Joining us online will be the CEO of My Bayan Code, Mr. Luis James Davis. All right. Again, I was advised that Murphy's Law is still in effect, so we have to extend some part of the program. In any case, again, we are happy to see everyone, no? Because this has been an annual event, and for the past 2 years, I think we have not met physically face-to-face. So we are also doubling up our efforts in ensuring that we have a seamless and very good experience with the hybrid kind of conferencing. All right, so while waiting for the technical to be finished with the structures, may I again acknowledge the industry partners, Beltap Capital, G1 Tech, Vico ng Bayan, Nova Wallet, Lares with IDPI, Maya, Microsoft, Huawei, Eastern Telecommunications Philippines Incorporated, Pacific, Experts Academy with Imagitech, Google Cloud with Maroon Studio, Via Appia, Tableau, Union Bank, Lenovo, Fujifilm with Apsys, Questronics, Converge ICT, ITAM, OneCommerce, DragonPay, Ardent with Vertiv, PhilPass, and GSIS. Usually this is the part of the program when there's nothing happening that I would ask for the raffle prizes. So are there any available raffle prizes that we could give to our audience? Meron po ba? Sige, we will have raffle prizes in a short while. You know, our next speaker will be speaking from, I think, the United Kingdom or from abroad. So that is why we're trying to hook him up in our system so that we're able to see him. He is the CEO of My Bayan Code, Mr. Louis James Davis, as part of the presentation of Beltap Capital.
So labas na tayo guys kasi may copyright na. Kakaroon na ng copyright. Ayaw copyright. So labas na po tayo, no? Tayo po ay natatapos na po itong event dito. So tingnan naman natin yung ito po yung labas ng Manila Hotel. So tapos na po yung event guys. Labas na tayo. Tingnan naman natin yung lawa kasi kanina nagkahigpitan po kasi kanina
sa gilid.
So, titingnan naman po natin ngayon dito sa labas. Ayan, so ito na po yung labas guys. Kanina nagkahigpitan po pati parking kanina, ubos na ubos. Si Vincent Tabigi nga kanina kaya walang ma-parkingan kundi umikot siya doon mismo sa pumarking pa siya doon sa may Robinson kanina. Ngayon, ako ay pinalad na maaga kasi akong pumarking kanina na pumunta rito para maghanap ng parking dahil alam ko po na pagka ganitong mga event talagang sigurado pong magkakaubusan po ng parking. Kaya ito ngayon back to normal dahil nakaalis na nga po si pbbm. May in-upload nga po pala akong video, no? Actual interview kay BBM. So panoorin nyo po guys sa Facebook. Sa Facebook nag-upload ako ng video, actual interview kay BBM regarding po doon sa lindol, naganap na lindol kagabi doon sa Ilocos, no? At yung question ulit doon sa Percy murder, no? Kay Percy Lapid. So yun po laging ina-update nila, no? Laging itinatanong sa ating mahal na Pangulo kung ano na ba yung nangyari doon sa Percy Lapid murder. Yan. At yun naman ay tinanong, sinagot naman ng ating Pangulo ng sinagot po niya yon. Pati po dun sa nangyaring lindol. Yun nga. Ito ngayon ang sitwasyon dito sa ayan. Yan ngayon ang sitwasyon mga guys dito sa Manila Hotel at yan na po yung itsura. So maluwag na dahil kanina nag-alisan na po yung mga yung mga guests at bigla. Yan guys, no? So na tayo kasi hindi naman tayo kasama dun sa dun sa lunch. Hindi naman po tayo kasama dun sa lunch eh. At tayo ay naimbitahan lang. So maraming salamat sa pag-invite at talagang nakakuha po tayo ng scoop video. Yun, oh. So ngayon dito naman pupunta naman tayo ngayon dito sa sa warship. Yung update naman natin yung warship naman ng Amerika na nandito ngayon sa may dito. So titingnan yun, ayun guys, nakita nyo yun yung warship. So titingnan natin, papalo up natin. Malayo yung ating naparkingan kasi bawal nga dito kanina eh. So bawal po dito kanina na pumarking kaya napakalayo po ng ating naparkingan. sir. Nagugutom na rin ako ah. So hanap muna ng makakainan. So dito tayo sa grandstand. So dito kanina punong-puno to guys ng ng bisita. At napakaraming dito kanina sasakyan. Ayan yan ang pinaka nakpo. So naglobat na po tayo kaya bakit biglang tumigil po yung yung ating video. So mamaya-maya po ng konti, mag-out na po ako, magcha-charge ako ng aking cellphone. Magla-live po tayo uli. Mamaya naman update natin yung warship naman ng Amerika. Bakit nandito sa atin? Antay ko lang yung ating mga kasama. So ayan guys, at meron ngayon COVID-19 Field Hospital. Ayan Dito po yan sa may harap ng grandstand. Mga kababayan, andito po yan. Nagugutom na ako. Hindi ako nag-almusal eh. Guys, panoorin nyo po yung upload ko sa Facebook. So ayan po yung yung Manila COVID-19 Field Hospital na pinagawa ng dating Mayor Isko Moreno. So ayan guys, naglolobat na po ako. Maraming salamat sa pagsama sa atin sa ating live streaming at sana'y nasiyahan kayo sa ating sa ating coverage kay PBBM na kung saan na-interview naman po siya. At sa mga hindi pa po nakaabot sa ating live stream, please paki-replay nyo po yung ating meron pa akong in-upload sa YouTube ay Facebook kung paano po ang po yung tanong at sagot naman ng ating Pangulo. So maraming salamat po sa inyong pagsama sa atin. Yabagis Vlog po, hindi sikat pero mag-vlog ng tapat. Bye-bye na po, bye-bye.